Good morning, Huskies. I have two questions for you. The first one is, have you experienced some glitches on my big campus? And the second one is, has your iPad been locking up on you when you're either copying and pasting items into Criterion or using some other app? Now, if your answer to any of those questions has been yes, please follow along, because there are some basic things you can do to eliminate the likelihood that those will happen to you throughout the school day. First of all, let's deal with freezing. Freezing on the iPad is no different than locking up or freezing on a computer or on your laptop. If you have several apps open at the same time, especially big ones like iMovie, GarageBand, Pages, all of those, then you need to make sure you close them before using something else. So a good test for you right now, if everyone will do this, is double click on your home screen or on the home button and scroll around the bottom. As you can see, I have about 12 apps open. Okay, some of you might have even more. We've seen people have 20 or 30 apps open at the same time, and that causes significant locking up. So again, what you do is you double click the home button twice, and then you hold down on the apps, and then you can just close them once the red dots appear and you click on them. Okay, so you can do that. That's one way. Then let me show you the second thing you need to do for My Big Campus, just to be aware of. And again, we understand that there are a few legitimate issues with My Big Campus, and we are working hard with the company to resolve those. But again, most of the issues have been user controlled, and so I'd like to show you the second one now. Okay, I am currently in the My Big Campus website through the browser, and I have logged in. Now, what's important to keep in mind is that you cannot have, or at least it causes problems. You might be able to do it sometimes, but you cannot have both open at the same time without having some glitches or without seeing it processed for a really long time. So right now I have the browser open, and then if I go to the app and open it up, you'll see that it will load for a really long time. Okay. Now, one of the things that you want to do then is log out of one or shut out of the other. So let's say I want to use the browser. What I would do is I would double click, and then again, this is iOS 7 right here, so it's going to look a little bit different, but I want to make sure I get rid of the app and then I just work off of the browser. So sometimes when you go back and forth between the two, it can cause issues as well. Now, keep in mind, you can't just close it. You have to make sure that you go in and you can't just hit the home button is what I mean. You have to go and actually close it down so that when you click the home button, it's nowhere to be found. And then you can do the work that you need to through My Big Campus on the browser or on the app. So if some of you have said things, like the app's terrible and all of that, well, it might be because you're still logged in on the browser. So what you need to do then is go to log out, and then you can open up the app and have fewer problems. Okay, and if you have any questions, let me know. Now, a few updates that I want to share real quickly. First of all, we are going to hold off, so we're going to postpone downloading iOS 7 for a little bit longer. We've been instructed by some of our vendors to wait until, it could even be by the end of this week or the next couple days, but there are still a few minor issues with mass deployment of apps with our management system that need to be resolved before we can fully implement iOS 7. And that's just simply to save you the headaches of things not working properly. So we're taking our time and we're going to hold off on that. I just received that information on Friday. Also, if you go to the app portal, you can now download Google Chrome, the app, and that should help you. Some websites work better with Google Chrome, and you can use that as a secondary browser besides Safari. So those are a few things to keep in mind. First of all, I'll keep you updated on iOS 7 and when we actually deploy that. Right now I'm counting on postponing that for a little bit, and then you can also get Google Chrome. I hope these tips are helpful, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.